AI has been holding everything up, and there's some concern that it's an AI bubble. So if it were to crash, what's holding up the economy at that point? Not much. So it is concerning. It is concerning. So there was this article in Business Insider where this economist, David Rosenberg, was saying that he sees signs of cracking home prices with parallels to the 2008 meltdown. Very shocking headline, but really what this economist is pointing out, or the point that he's trying to make, is that home price growth has been sluggish. It's been less, home prices have been going up slower than the pace of inflation and the pace of wage growth. Now, during the 2010s, when home prices were going up, people were getting wealthier. Homeowners got wealthier because of home prices going up. Homeowners are no longer getting wealthier. If since 2022, for the most part, I mean, there's some local variation, homeowners' wealth has been flat. They've been going down when you account for inflation. And what this economist is pointing out is that when people feel less wealthy, there's a thing called the wealth effect in economics. When people feel less wealthy, they stop spending as much money. And he believes that the lack of price appreciation in the housing market is dragging down the economy. And he says that if it wasn't for AI really fueling the economy right now, we'd already be in a recession. None of that's really controversial. I mostly agree. I guess I would say that wealth being stagnant is not the same as wealth going down, the way that wealth went down during the foreclosure crisis, the great financial crisis for homeowners. And there are other ways for people to get wealthy. People's stock portfolios have been going up, so there's a positive wealth effect there. But in general, some good points that this economist made, and it's been going this slowdown in price appreciation in the housing market has been going on for 4 years now, and it probably is dragging down the economy. AI has been holding everything up, and there's some concern that it's an AI bubble. So if it were to crash, what's holding up the economy at that point? Not much. So it is concerning. It is concerning. Let's see. Okay, so the Cleveland Fed President Beth Hammock, she's one of these people, voting members of the Federal Open Market Committee. It rotates for the Fed president, but I'll call her voting member, who is talking about how it will take, well, she's not saying it might, she's saying it will take more than one interest rate hike to bring down inflation. So we talked about how mortgage rates are high. Part of the reason why mortgage rates are high is because the Fed seems to be taking this more hawkish turn to fight inflation. Inflation has been above its target for almost 5 years now, and more Federal Reserve members are putting their foot down and saying, enough is enough. We need to get more aggressive with our monetary policy and increase interest rates to get this inflation under control. Even though inflation is not getting worse, as I just showed you in the CPI report, it's just been going on for too long. So Warsh is in this camp. He said they're going to get to the 2% target no matter what. Hammock is coming out talking about this. I saw Lisa Cook was talking about something similar as well. So there are more and more members of the Fed that are getting more hawkish. They're getting more concerned about inflation, not because inflation is getting worse, but because it's not getting better fast enough. So when it comes to mortgage rates, this pushes up mortgage rates, keeps them higher for longer, makes buying a home more expensive for longer, keeps home sales down for longer. So none of that is good news for the housing market, my industry that I work in. But I don't disagree with this stance that inflation has just been too high for too long and we got to do something about it. If we just said, hey, we're close enough, good enough, that hurts the Fed's credibility because in the markets here, well, I guess 2% isn't the target anymore. 2.5% is the new target. And what's to stop them from bumping it up to 3% the next time we get inflation? And then the credibility of the Fed to actually handle inflation starts to go away, and that could increase interest rates in the long run if market participants think the Fed just isn't capable of reining it in. So we'll see what happens if we get more positive inflation data in the future. Maybe she'll walk this back. But for now, it seems like we may be getting another rate hike this year, maybe another one next year, or at least that's where she's leaning towards, Fed President Hammock.